everyone, and my camera's blurry, and if you know me well, you know every Tuesday I'm going to have some kind of tech issue. There we go. And welcome to Paranormal Minds. I'm your host, Shannon Ray, and tonight we are joined with J.W. McDonald of North Georgia Paranormal Group. North Georgia Paranormal Group was established in 2001. NGPG is a professional and experienced paranormal team that are there for all your possible paranormal needs. Their services are free of charge, and all cases are kept confidential. They work with everyone and with the community to make homes and businesses safe. They serve all of North Georgia and will travel if needed when time permits. They are here for your paranormal needs and will try to help you with any questions or anything you are dealing with. Tonight I will be talking with JW about his group as well as the Eatonton Haunted Historic Tours. And with that and without further ado, I want to welcome JW McDonald. How you doing, JW?
Doing great. Doing great. Thank you for letting me be on the show today.
Absolutely. I'm just really glad I can be here. That's what matters, is me being here at the moment.
Well, welcome here, and heard you've been a little ill, so hope you get better.
Yeah, I'm really trying to work on that. You know, this walking pneumonia thing, it's just not fun.
No, I had something like that before, and I remember that, so I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, we'll divert from the sick questions. And go ahead,
good idea.
And go ahead and start talking. I want to talk to you first about your team, NGPG. Can you kind of tell me just about you first and how long you've been active in the paranormal field?
Well, I have been active 13 years, and I started off, and I've been taking some courses through the paranormal societies and stuff like that, and I created this group in 2001. But what got me involved in it was when I was 12, 13 years of age, when I first seen my first apparition in Glade Springs, Virginia. And that's around the Abden, Bristol, Virginia, Bristol, Tennessee area. And it really caught me out long. You know, I really fully know what this stuff does exist. And still being a partial skeptic and a partial believer, I went on to study more, and then, like I said, when I went up through some schooling and some classes through parapsychology and psychology as well, I stood up and I kept running, and I said, I got to keep going. I got to help the community. This area I'm living in needs a paranormal places, because a lot of times your churches don't help you, and a lot of times businesses and people think you're crazy, which, like I tell people, if you think you're crazy, then I'm a nut. Join the same boat. But that's what happened, and I joined with a gentleman named Brian Kane. Some people might get it, but this name is Bryan. And he was a great guy out of I think he lived in Catoosa, and then he lived in Gordon County, which is basically Calhoun and up that way. And we formed together to form the North Georgia Paranormal Group, NGPG, to be there for everyone's needs. And we've had some, ups and downs. We've had a lot of great people, and I'd like to give a shout-out to my team who is going to be watching tonight. They are very supportive to me, and I'm very happy to have them aboard. And, of course, I've seen people come and go who's help. And, of course, Brian's now in Arkansas. He's a military guy with his wife and 2 kids. And I'm basically the original only member left, and we've got some great people that's been with me for at least a year or 2 years at tops.
And that's really, now what would you say sets your team apart from other groups within the paranormal field?
Wow, what sets us apart? I don't really have a great answer for that one. I believe in paranormal unity, and I believe there's sometimes you have teams and people that go out here and say there's somebody, and then they say they aren't. I tell people when they come to the tours and when they, our clients and things that we stay confidential with, I always tell them that there is no right or wrong way, but of course there is a wrong way, like the Ouija board, seances. Our team doesn't do graveyards. Now, does that mean that if somebody else's team does it, does that mean they're bad guys? No, they're not bad guys. I think that everybody has their own view, and I think that's what we're out here for, is to try to find out what's real and what's not. That's my main study in this. Is I wish that all the groups could come together, like a paranormal unity, as they call it. And I mean, I know we're not going to say. I know, like if you were saying, "Oh, I believe in orbs," and I don't. You say that's a good question and really hard to answer. I don't see myself better than any team, and my team is not better than their teams. I think everybody's equal, but there's just some people out there that I feel that doesn't have the idea. They watch TV and they go out here and they run with the idea, and then they say, oh, wow, Grant and Jason can do it, or Zach Bagans can do it, we can do it. We'll go down to Walmart and buy us an EVP recorder. But more than likely, you've got to get your feet wet and train, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to open up doors for people.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I'm kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I'm biased on this paranormal unity term, because to me, true paranormal unity is never really going to exist because there's so much drama. But what, in my personal opinion, what there needs to be is paranormal respect. That, you know, you have to learn to tolerate and have tolerance for other groups, even if you have different opinions and different ideas. I think, you know, I don't think we're ever going to stand around in a circle and hold hands and sing Kumbaya, everybody. But I just think it needs to be about tolerance and respect.
Well, you know, a lot of times you respect, like you're talking about the respect, a lot of people like to start dramas. You know, you see people that will split away from each other, or somebody gets their feelings hurt. I mean, it's in everything from businesses to TV shows. You can see it everywhere you go. And a lot of times, you know, a lot of people get upset at times, and we say things and we do things, but, you know, a lot of times we don't respect. We look at it as a competition. And if we look at it like that, none of this drama and stuff will go on. Is what I tell my team. I'm not a matador. Take your bull elsewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm out there. You know, if you make mistakes and you learn from them, I think that the team should try to coexist. And if you got a big area, like if you're in Atlanta, you know, if you've got an east side and a west side, there's enough room for everybody. And I'd like to say, like the tours, people say, well, who's the best tours in town? I always say, well, let the community decide. Yeah. Because they're your people, the community, the people, the clients. They're who will come first. You know, my team and myself is about the 5-10% of this world. We're out here wanting to make sure that they have smiles on their faces. And to me, you know, I agree with like how you said, the unity. But, you know, before that, I think when we bring that up, and the way I look at it is to do the respect and no drama, and try to work with someone, even if you have your disbeliefs and your beliefs with the other team, you still go out there and, you know, you work well together, make new friends, and you try to finish the studies of the paranormal, which is unexplainable.
Yeah, and every hoo-ha that goes out and buys a digital recorder, you know, there are places out there that you can pay to go into if you are just a paranormal enthusiast, but that doesn't make you an investigator, and it doesn't make you have a paranormal team. You know, it doesn't give you an open invitation to go into somebody's home either and claim you can help them. I'm really big on that. So my next question for you, JW, is how do you go about finding your members? Do you have new members that you've recently added? Do they kind of come to you?
A lot of times they do through our Facebook page or through our website. A lot of times we have met them. Some of them we've had some in the past that used to be clients, which was really funny. And they said, hey, we're interested. Can we come in to be an investigator in training? And a lot of them moved their ways up, and a lot of them have stepped off because it wasn't what they wanted to do, or they've had sicknesses, or they have their jobs. And, you know, our doors are always open. It's an open door policy. We always believe for the chances, mine and Brian's, when we started in 2001, was to make it to where if you didn't have a place to go, like an Atlanta Paranormal Group, or I don't know any names like that, if they couldn't accept them, or if they were too full, or it's too far to drive, we wanted to make sure we opened that door and gave somebody the opportunity to train with us, to work with us, and see if this is what they really want to do. Because, like you said, a lot of people try to go into these buildings like in Savannah and say, oh, wow, I got an EVP recorder and a ghost meter, and they think that's what it is. They think it's the TV. They're going to see this big, gigantic demon or this big, gigantic apparition, and it's not like that. I've had people come tell me, hey, where's this black shadow figures? Where's all? And I say, guys, that's TV. And a lot of people then back down and say, well, this ain't for me, because they're looking for the entertainment business. We're into the paranormal business.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a quick question. We did have a question from our chat room, but I do want to ask you, did you mention that you're accredited by somebody, JW?
Accredited? Give me another explaining by that, please.
Well, the guest asked, or the viewer asked, how do you become accredited? But I was just wondering if you said you were accredited by somebody. like any certain organization or anything of that nature?
We do through the GAC official crew. You know, when GAC had a official membership thing where you can be like a partial official GAC fan or something or crew, we've been on that. I have took a lot of classes and met a lot of people that, to me, I believe in independency. Working with it, we did go under a lot of GAC term ads ain't a word. And we believe that working together, and I guess you can see on our website, which is www.ngpg2001.weebly.com, you can kind of see everything, what we believe and what we're under and stuff.
Yeah, and I'm going to go ahead and cover a couple of questions here. The question was, like, how do you become accredited? And I don't believe that there's not an exact organization that accredits or offers out educational information to people who are interested in being a paranormal investigator. The best thing that I personally could offer, and JW, if you don't agree with me, you know, you can give your opinion as well, is to find a team that has been established and been around for a really long time, and try to let them be your mentor and do your research, and, you know, don't just go out and make a group. Try to find somebody to help mentor you and help build you a group, and someone that's been around a long time, not someone that started their group 6 months ago or a year ago, someone who's been around for a really long time.
Well, you know, that is, you know, I mean, I've always loved the teachings of Ed Lorraine Warren and John Zephas. And, you know, John is probably one of my highly mentors. I've never met him, but I've talked to him on the phone when we had Brian J. Cano here last year for our tours. And that was probably the greatest thing in my history of time, I could say, in the paranormal history. And, you know, I try to learn the teachings from everybody, but just because they're on TV or just because that, I don't praise them. And I try to tell my team, don't praise me, because I am wrong a lot of times and I am right at times. But that doesn't make me the best in the world. And my team supports that. And then I like to tell a lot of people when they ask me, how do you get involved in this? Well, that's why we believe that NGPG are going to be coming up with an idea. And we're going to be sharing it in the future around here. And it's going to be the way to help young people and help others get involved more in it. And, you know, we like to tell you like the old saying, like Ripley's felt, do you believe it or do you not? And you've got to make that decision and that choice. And I do agree with you 100%. You've got to go where there's a baseline, you know, like if Atlanta Paranormal Society, if your group, my group, there's millions of other top great groups out here. If people like that are open and willing not to get somebody hurt and not just take them out to, let's say, a banding house that's fallen in, that I do trustfully believe that a person needs to follow and go with their instincts. Because I've always believed, I guess, if you talk to somebody to look up to, I mean, I hate putting religion in it, but always ask God and pray about it before you step forward. That's the thing that I've always believed, and that's what kept this group alive. And I always make my decisions through that, and then we take a team vote, and I think that's the way the person needs to do. When if they come aboard the NGPG, they need to come take, they need to talk with us, do an interview. They need to sit back and go on a hunt with us and see if this is right for them, because maybe traveling ain't good. And we always believe family first. And like I said, you just got to see if this is right for you.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have some questions. Someone in the chat room mentioned that on your bio, does it say you're a demonologist?
I am.
Okay, how did you go about becoming a demonologist or have that accredit?
Okay, well, it started off when I started taking courses. First, I was called into the ministry with being a youth minister, and I know a lot of people laugh when they see the old newspaper say I'm a priest. That was basically not true. It was a mistype, and I'm not a priest. Basically, I've always believed in the clergy stuff and always been following with God's ways. And of course, you know, we all have our fallouts and we all mess up in life to find the answer back to Jesus. But the moral of the story was I started reading a lot, started studying, I started praying about it, and I feel like God called me into this field to more be the clergy field than the demonologist, but I also learned into that field as well. And I responded with a couple of gentlemen who were studying as well in that field. And we started talking, sharing information, and we started growing as we went on. I don't, a lot of people say that's not a demonologist. My opinion is I don't go looking for the demonic things. I don't find it. I'm just there to help people that's in need that have these issues. And I don't want to really seriously find one. I mean, because that's not something you go out and play with. It's not like opening a can of Pringles and enjoying. But yes, that is true on that. And I'm still studying. I like to say it's kind of like going to a 4-year degree in school. I'm still studying in that field and becoming that to help and be there for all the paranormal needs and for everything. I just don't want people, a lot of times people are like, oh, you're not this, you're not that. Everybody claims to be this. And I have to explain to people, well, I don't pretend. I'm the honest person, because if I want to get my team hurt, then I need to shut it down. And that's one thing I don't want to do is get a client hurt on my team. Yeah,
absolutely. Sorry, it's an inside joke. I'm trying to pace how many times I say absolutely, because a viewer in the chat room says she's going to take a shot every time I said it. I'm kidding. Anyways, so a quick question again from the chat room, because we got a bunch rolling in. Who did you study under for your demonology accreditation?
Oh gosh. Up in the northeastern area, there was a bishop and a clergy. Probably, knowing this question was going to be asked, it would have been lovable to ask you if it was okay to give his name. Basically, I was up there with some Catholic churches up that way, and I didn't really approve of some of because I was raised Baptist all my life. It doesn't matter, no religion's better. A gentleman up there basically was through a priesthood that caught me into the religious fields. A lot of times I studied more, and I guess after he led me to other books and stuff that was written, I started studying ways of John Zephas again, because he's the official demonologist. I kept reading about Ed and Lorraine and stuff. They're the true demonologist type people, the people who really handle it. As I probably I don't like to say this because a lot of people make laughs and stuff on my tours about the level business, but it's kind of like a level system. They're way up here, I'm still way down here on it. It's just a lot of studies, books. I don't just go by on the internet and say, oh wow, I've read this book, and oh wow, I've done this, I'm a demonologist. It don't work that way. It takes a lot of ways, and I think God is the #1 person that led me to this gentleman. And there was a gentleman out of Memphis, Tennessee, where I was born and raised. He was from a Catholic church up there, and he was the associate, up there. He was clergy and stuff, and he worked with me a lot of times. And I like to always read and prosper, and stuff on Bishop James Long. Now, I've never met the gentleman, but he has been an inspiration to me. And I think that's the way I can do it. I'm learning as I go. And like I said, God called me into the field, more into the blessings and the clergy. And then I feel like he's led me into this field, too, to study, because the Bible claims that God is the only person that can do this, that can destroy a demon and that stuff like that. And I think after that, plus the bishop on the northeast coast up there and in Memphis, I believe that was my calling leaders right there. And I would love to give names, but I wish I'd have known it. But I can tell you, it was Brother Stott. Brother Stott was up there in Memphis. I know he wouldn't mind it. Great man, love him to death, and we'll go on from there.
So my next question to you is, it's actually another one from the chat room. I'm trying to backtrack to be able to keep up. How many, do you believe that God, I kind of lost that question because it keeps on popping up. I'm sorry. Do you believe that, basically the question was, do you think that someone has to believe in God to be able to bless a home?
Well, a lot of people say to that. I feel like yes to that extent, but because I trust, you can have your holy waters, you can have your anointing oils, you can have crosses, you can have pebbles. Those are manly things. I believe that God blesses those, and without God, that you can't go out here further and do things without him. I believe he's the #1 source that protects you when you're in the evil spirits, if that's what you run into, or anything like that. I do believe in prayer, and we do prayer with the people, and we do prayer with our team before and after to keep them safe. I have to say yes, 100%. That I believe. I mean, if there's people out there, I don't want to offend anybody. If there is people out there that don't see it that way, that is their personal opinion, and that's perfectly okay. But to my belief, I think you've got to have God, and I believe God carries you all the way through. And without Him, like I said, it's just oils and waters and wood and paper. You know, He's the one that leads it to the top.
Yeah.
The glory to Him.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's one thing I think that makes us, you know, such a great variation, even within the paranormal field. It's about respect and tolerance. Because, see, me personally, I think that different religion, I don't think it's denominational. I don't think it's specific upon a certain sect of religion. And I honestly, truly believe that sometimes, even with religion or any type of religion, if a spirit's going to be there, it's going to be there, and there's not much you can do about it.
I could agree with that. You know, I believe when you walk into the path, you know, it's like stepping into your foot in a bear trap. You know, if you don't see it, you're going to get caught. But, you know, if you have the guidance and you know to be something there, then you're going to be more careful. Or next time you walk in that woods, you're going to say, okay, there's a bear trap out here. That's what I believe in God. And I like how you say non-denomination, because I think that's the way it should be. I don't think that you don't make Baptist and Catholic, Methodist. You know, it doesn't matter what you are. I think that a lot of times that as long as you believe in a God, who, you know, is, you know, a lot of people call him Yahshua, Yahshua, they just call him Lord, they call him God, they call him Jesus. There's millions of names for the one true God, but in my opinion, if this was a Christian show, I'd be glad to we be sharing this like that, but I think that that's what matters. I think He knows if you trust in Him and you guide Him and use Him as your number one guidance, He will shield you and protect you. And I think that's why He brought me in through this field, but not only through the demonologist field, not only through being a youth pastor in a former church, which, like I said, I was raised Baptist. I worked with young people before, but I think He wants me to move further into His will. And like I said, a lot of times we all break away and we make mistakes and we can fall away from His grace, but He's always there for us. And that's something, like I said, has kept this group going. I think that's why He let me form this group, is to meet other people, meet people like you and the people in the chat room who are great at questions and stuff. And, you know, it's a big concern. And like I tell people, the paranormal is unexplainable. I mean, somebody says, well, what if you don't believe in God? Well, you believe in ghosts? Well, yeah. You believe in Bigfoot? Yeah. Okay, then you got to believe there's a God because there's something there. So that's my opinion on that.
I would agree with you to a certain extent. I know that in the chat room there was a question of ghost or what is a ghost and things of that nature. And here's the thing that is, you know, kind of has to be understood, is that a lot of things in the paranormal field are, you know, based upon beliefs and experiences. We don't know things 100% one way or another. We only know the evidence that we can collect and the stuff that we can support. We all have our different belief systems. We're all different religions, different races, different beliefs. But the point is we respect each other, and we're working towards a goal together of finding answers and being able to support each other while finding those answers. It's not a black and white kind of answer. I can't sit here and say that, oh, a spirit is the same thing as a shadow figure, is the same thing as, oh, there's intelligent haunts and then there's residual, but really not really residual. There's so many different beliefs and ideology out there, and all we can do is support each other and collect what evidence that we can collect and show this is paranormal, which means it's not normal because we don't have an explanation for it yet.
We always have a thing in our group. It's called a 50-50 box. You know, if we don't have enough evidence to prove it, not enough not to prove it, we kind of say, okay, this is what we got. We couldn't prove it. We couldn't find it. You know, we always let our clients even have pictures and, like I said, classificational reasons and stuff. We let them have everything, and we explain to them what's there and what's not. And you was talking about the paranormal and stuff and not showing it. It's just like me and a gentleman who used to be in a group. We went one time to a school. He was a great guy. No kidding on that. And, we went in there and we saw a bunch of fourth graders who gave up 2 hours of their free time on the last week of school. And they sat there and listened about the paranormal. They were so interested in it. And, and we sat there and we told them, you can't sit there and you can't say, okay, this is real, this is fake. Only way you can do that is if you see like a mirror showing a glare, you've got to tell the customer or the client, is whichever one you want to call it, you've got to let them know what's real and fake. You can't go out here and fake your evidence and get these people more scared. You can't get them, hurt. You don't want to get them going out here thinking, oh, I got this orb, and it may be dust or a bug. Oh, that's real. That's real. And, and there was a gentleman that told me one time who never was in the group, said, well, you just tell them what you want to hear, and they're going to believe what they want to. True that that's how they feel. But the thing is, too, is, to my extent, I don't want to lie to somebody. I'd rather, if I can't find the basics, I'm going to tell you, I can't get enough proof here. There could have been people talking. Well, let's just play the CDP and let you make your decision. And if they don't want to make their decision, or if they say, oh, that sounds like my uncle, we can come down to a basic terms and we can work together. And so far, we have really surprised a lot of our clients. And, and it's because of honesty, truth, and as you say, respect. And that's something that goes a long way. And like I said, with that and trusting in the good Lord, I believe that's what keeps the group going.
So, do you have any psychic mediums on your team, or have you ever had any psychic mediums on your team?
Well, I will get hate. She does have some abilities to her. I'm not, boy, like I said, I'm getting heated for saying this. I believe in mediums and psychic's ability, but I like them to also prove it, because there's a lot of people out here that do fake things and things. This lady came up to me back in 08 / going into 09, and she has stayed with me from day one. And she had a lot of interest and a lot of power, and basically when she brings up an idea, it was there. And I mean, and her ex-husband, who used to be in this group, he had an ability as well. And when we was in the old school where we were doing our tours, I brought up about a little girl in a place that died there. And he popped his finger up like this and said, JW, she's got pigtails, and she named, he gave the name and everything else. I sat there and shocked, because here's the first thing. I have never told them about the pigtails of the dream. And that's what was very interesting. And we have had a junior investigator of a young girl who has taken our tours, and her mother used to be a part of this group as well. She came in, and that girl is amazing. She's seen things, and I seen the apparition right away on that tour. She was facing the other direction, and I'm telling you right now, she described it just like I seen it. And I'm going to tell you, there was no mirrors, no way of doing it. So she was never official. I guess you could say a junior investigator at the time. So we've had some people that's had abilities, mediumship, psychic abilities. We like to call them, just abilities, because I like the people to feel free and not to be judged for their actions and stuff.
So, another quick question from the chat room is, NGPG taking new members at the time, or are you guys kind of at your kappa and quota and happy where you're at?
That's a good question. A lot of people have been asking, are you accepting new members? Well, that's going to be coming in the new idea, and it's been signed. I'll probably get smacked by the second in command for telling this, but we are having an NGPG, North Georgia Paranormal Group Academy. We want to open up to people and then finding and see who like to come through. Right now we are full. We've got 2 great reserve members who only help us part-time, but we always will look for somebody new down the road, because you never know when someone may be, their brother might be sick, or their family, or they have to move away. You never can tell the future. So me and the group has been talking about that, and that was supposed to be a small secret, but it's great to tell the community, because I trust in them, and there's people in here that's interested. What the best thing to do is to send an application kind of like thing, a little bit, I don't like to say application. You don't have to send your social security number or nothing. We don't do that kind of things. just tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we can hold on to that. Or you can come out to our Eton Ghost Tours that's down there in Eton, which is historic and haunted ghost tours, excuse me. And come talk to us. And if you're not comfortable with talking to us in front of a big group, hey, we'll come off and talk to you in private. We're always there for you. You might have a house or anything. And that's the best way to get to know us, because I'm a person that likes to talk to you face to face. And we, like I said, there's interviews that's in progress. And, you know, you never know. I don't want to, right now we're pretty full. But I don't want to say never, because there's always an open door for anybody out there, because I believe in the people who wants to come and be involved.
I would support that statement 100%. All right, so we're going to take a really quick break just to wet our whistles and to refresh. And once we get back, we're going to be talking about the Eton Haunted and Historic Tours, which JW and his group are doing, and going to have Bill Bean at, and we're going to talk about that and get a little bit more information and details about that. So JW, just hang in there for me, and everybody else hang in there and get out a pen and piece of paper. You never know what kind of commercials might come across your screen and what you might fancy your interest, I should say. We will be right back. And we are back with J.W. McDonald, and now he is going to start telling us about the Eton Haunted Historic Tours. Can you take a moment to explain the purpose of these tours and this event?
Yes. Eton was originally in October 2011. This will be the third year serving as the tours. We basically, they invited us in, Eton did, to help out with their haunted houses and their events, their festivals and block parties and all. I started getting involved. I said, well, I don't want to keep all the proceeds and money. So we started getting involved with people like Children for Christmas, Secret Santa. I've been doing a lot this year. We're going to be working a lot with St. Jude's again, like we have with our website and with places like that. We've got a lot of great ideas of what to work with the tours, yard sales, bake sales, and so on and so on. But I came out there wanting to open this to the community. A lot of people love to say, oh, it's all about you or your team. It's not really about that no more. You know, maybe the first year I thought, well, you know, is this going to make it or not? But then, you know, when you wise up and you talk to greats such as Brian Kano, who sat there and who told you, you know, if you're going to make it, you've got to be positive, you've got to stay strong. And then like Brother Bill Bean, who's been a great inspiration to me, who's helped me found Christ again more. And I'm telling you right now, I want to do more for the community. I want to do more for the people out here and the clients, because without them and without this area, you'd be nowhere. So that's what I want to open up to. I want, because this is a family place. There's nothing that jumps out at you. It's really great historic. We're going to have some great new stuff that's going to be added this year. I'm going to be hopefully put some new things in it if everything works out. And we're going to have some great new pictures up for grabs. And we've got a great raffle coming up, $1 raffle. All proceeds will help out that Children for Christmas and Secret Santa. We're going to be, I think the Children for Christmas is an organization, which is a lady who worked with me. It's her group, or it's something to help her kids out. And if I had more information on that, we could give that. She did ask if we're helping that, and we do donations as well. So like Secret Santa would get a great donation. We may get, if we get $50 one night, we'll try to work with them. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to open the door to see the kids, to see the adults, and seeing people that need this. And, think about it. Is this keeping people off the streets from drugs? Is this keeping people off from alcohol? Is it keeping people from hanging out in the parking lot? That's the goal. And there's other great tours out here. Great people, great teams that offer this great advantage. And I welcome everybody, because together we can help keep the community clean and give people things to do out here. And that's what I want to do. I like to work with this Eton and work with their haunted house and work with their festivals. And when people come up to me and say, is this what we want to do? I like it goes back to the old saying. Well, it's what's best for you, and they'll ask questions and we answer them in an honest way. And, a lot of people like it. I've never really heard anybody say anything evil about it, but I'm pretty sure there's some people that say, well, this is a lot more walking, or this is this and that. And that's okay. That's why we want to better it. We want you to come to us and say, hey, could y'all do this? Or, hey, can we have this? And, because we're open to you. And that's why we feel like we open it and we do this to help others in need.
A couple of quick questions. The first one about the tours itself. Can you kind of take a moment to kind of explain where Eton is in perspective to Georgia?
Sure. That is close to where Dalton, Georgia is, about an hour, 2 hours away from Atlanta, Georgia, about an hour from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
And that's north of
Eton, Georgia is a little small town. It used to be called Pleasant Valley. It was a stagecoach stop, and it had its own high school, which burnt down, which we tell on the tours. And like I said, it's located in a great little city called Chatsworth, Georgia. It's right there it's in the Murray County area. But like I said, it's near Dalton. I'm saying about 14 miles. Maybe it takes about a good 10 minutes, according to how far in Murray County you live. And, of course, Dalton's the carpet capital of the world, as they call it. And it's in the North Georgia areas, And that's the way we see it. And that's when, I'm getting tongue-tied nervous. The way we look at it is Eton, it was later changed into that. And like we said, like the high school and all that. And you was asking about what the tours do and how they got there and where's Eton. Eton is north, if I've got that correct, going up close to Tinga, Georgia, to Tennessee line. I believe you hit in Ocala and Benton, Tennessee on 411, on the north of 411 on that. And that's, like I said, if you're hitting the old 411 ways, that's coming from South Georgia down there past Catoosa County, Ranger, Bartow County, Cartersville, and then you're hitting into Atlanta. So that's where Eton's at. Now, where the tours take place is a school that made in 1938. It's the old elementary school. We investigated the old school. We was the first and only class, because now it is basically a school. We do not go inside the school. We have respect for it. We do walk on the outer road around it so that we don't get near it and stuff, for the respect. And we tell the stories of history. We tell the stories of what's haunted there, what we have caught, and we tell about the stories. Even if the urban legends are true, we tell that story, and we give the people what they want to hear. And then at the end, we like to show them our equipments. We like to show them, a little time. And this year, we're going to try to bring back the old, if time permits. We're going to try to bring back and let them walk around with it and understand how to work. with the equipments, and let people feel, what they may not want to do down the road. Because some people say, this is not for me, I don't know what my family will say, or what the church would say. They want to just come, be free, and be that person and enjoy their lives. And it ain't all about the money. It ain't all about that. It's about smiles on that face. And to me, that's what makes me happy. And we're going to be sitting out there with 2 nice blue tents out there, and we're going to have some haunted objects. We're going to have, like I said, pictures. And we sit out there, and we love to talk, and Brother Bill Bean's going to be with us. He's going to be a great inspiration. I cannot wait to see him and meet him and stuff. We've talked on the phone numerous times, and I feel like, we get along very well. And I think a lot of people are going to come out and visit him. And I urge everybody that's watching or that's in this area or that can travel to come out and just do it. Don't do it for us. Do it for the kids. Do it for the community. That's what's first. We're about like 5% to 10% of the 100%. And Brother Bill, is a great guy. He's a minister. He's been on 700 Club. He was also on a hauntings, show of Discovery Channel. I think he's been on Sci-Fi Channel. He's been on numerous TVs and news. And I think he's going to be a great inspiration, and he's our second main guest that we've ever had at these tours, which, like I said earlier, that Brian J. Kano from Haunted Collector was with us last year, and he did a great job for everyone, and we were very proud of him. Great guy, and I know Bill Bean will do the same for us for this year.
Speaking of Bill Bean, I kind of got an echo there. Hang on. I want to make sure we're good. Okay, let me ask you about the tours first. The tour of the school building, it is just around the property. You don't get to go within the school.
That is correct. We cannot go inside the school anymore due to it being in a school. We like to keep that private because, with everything that's going on in schools today, we don't, that's just showing respect to the school. And plus, they have got security through there in the state of Georgia and all that. So what we like to do, we like to stay, there is a sidewalk as well that's also on next to the school. We either stay on the sidewalk or the street, but yes, we stay around about a good couple of feet away from the school, and we just tell the story. And usually the crowd is way off. I'm the one that's right on the sidewalk, and they're in the grass/street area, but they're not all the way in the street because they don't want nobody getting hit by a car. But the thing is, that's what we do, and it's just the good legends and good tales, real true honest ways of what we caught and what we think is there and who we think is there. And we've heard from other people in the local areas, urban legends or not, and a lot of it has came by to be very true. One of the little girls that has passed on in the auditorium area was a dream that I had, which was very strange that I never really have things like that. Because I don't believe I'm a psychic or a medium. I'm not a dreamer. And basically the story was that this little girl, we caught her on a picture, and we have caught her whimpering, and she has done the flashlight gimmick where it flickers and answers to our questions. These were brand new flashlights and brand new batteries, and like I said, the flashlight was brand new out of the pack. And it's still unexplainable what could or what could not be or could it been. That was at our prime time coming in there, our first time going. But, it's been very interesting, and we tell that story, and then we found out later down the road about a little girl who also passed on the property. We found out that the girl was a true story as well, and it became urban to real. And when we found out doing research, even though we do not do graveyards, we just don't believe in doing that in our team. That don't mean we're right or wrong. We do history work at our libraries and research, and we found that little girl was a real person, and she passed on. Now, the question is, was it her that fell off that slide and got hurt? I don't know. EVPs and stuff, you can hear a little kid up, yep, and no, and, stuff like that. There's just never enough problems, not problems is not the word, enough evidence, to give it 100%, but you're right there knowing there is a child there. And like I said, the little girl who's different that's in the auditorium, we've got a picture, we've got the flashlight and evidence. And like I said, the psychic lady that's in our group that's reserved, her ex-husband, who used to be, also picked up on the girl in the pigtails, which that's who I saw in the dream.
So, with Bill being there and things of that nature, can you tell just a little bit about how much it's going to cost, what the cost includes, and kind of like what Bill Bean's going to be doing and offering to those that are going to be at this event?
Sure. In September, Bill's going to be here both nights. He's going to be here. We're going to start on Friday night. He's going to be down at our restaurant called Little Rome. It's an Italian restaurant. He's going to be down there at 7 o'clock for a meet and greet. For $5, it will get you the meet and greet, a 5x7 autographed picture of him, and the tour itself. Great whopping deal. It's like a friend of mine used to say, you can't get a movie that way, and you can't. Also, on Saturday, we're going to be out at 4 o'clock. Now, the food is not included in that 7 o'clock meet and greet. It's just the meet and greet, autograph, and tours. But now Saturday, he's going to be out there at 4 o'clock for the meet and greet. He's going to be selling his books and great things like that. I know he's bringing a lot of great things. We're going to be out there talking to people, getting people interested, and telling them about the tours and telling them about our group. And Bill's going to talk about himself. It's more, going to be pushed more for Bill for his idea. Unless he tells us it's more us, and then we'll just have to work together. It's a teamwork thing. No I in team. And we're going to be out there at 4 o'clock, and it's still $5 a person. $5 to get that meet and greet. You can get a picture with him if you want to, autographed picture, and the tour. It's all going to be a great cause, and like partial proceeds will go to that great cause as well, and we spoke on. And the tour runs about 45 minutes to sometimes an hour. It's just for what goes on. We're going to have it Saturday. We're going to have one about 7 o'clock. We're looking about 9 o'clock and at 10:45 because of due to fireworks. Now, Saturday's going to vary, but we'll have a sign up when we get more information on that for the people that wants to come down. But for sure, on Friday, 9:30 and 10:30 are our times at night. We're going to be out there helping them, and we're going to work together. And let's see, anything I'm missing? Also, yes, October. And every Saturday in October, we're going to be out there in the same field. Now, the festivals are not out there, but the haunted house usually is that Eton runs and owns. We're going to be out there working with them, partnership. They help us, we help them. We gain people over to them. They bring people to us. And we're going to be selling the tickets for $3 a ticket because we don't have our guest with us. $3 a ticket. That's a great value. And just like in our September event for $5, 6 and under are free. Well, 6 and under are free for the 6 and under free for October. And then we're going to be out Halloween night. We're looking at that. We've got some special things coming. We've also already got a private scheduled tour for us that night as well. That's going to be open up. So we know we got them already. If everything works out and nothing happens, some people say keep the fingers crossed. I like to say, say your prayers. We're going to be out there till then, and then we usually close down for the winter seasons until it gets warmer because, you don't want people catching pneumonia and stuff. But, we're out there to help others, enjoy the community, and tell everybody about the paranormal. And if they want to decide if it's right or wrong, that's okay. We're letting the community decide. And, is there another team out here? Of course. There's a lot of great teams out here. There's ones that's local that's in the same area. But are they bad people? No, they're not bad people. They're great people. But the moral of the story is, we're not worried about what everybody does. We're out there to help what we can do and to make the community help. And if that's what they're doing too, then I give them a kudos because it's, like I said earlier, it's helping the community.
So with Bill Bean being there and the tours and everything of that nature, I've been putting up the website for your group, but I do want to go ahead and put up one more time. It's been up throughout the night and it'll be up a couple more times. The Facebook for Eton Ghost Tours, it's www.facebook.com/Eton Ghost Tours. And JW, correct me if I'm wrong, that will host all the information and keep people updated on the various things that y'all are doing and how to gain information about the different events?
That is correct. That will, and our other Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/NGPG2001. It will be giving updates as well. And, we've got our little community pages on the side, too, that keep up with this local areas as well. There are the two main sites that will be carrying on. And Eton has got a big surprise coming up this year, and I can't share it right now. I don't even know if the team even knows about it. If they do, well, I accidentally blurted it out. But they're going to be writing me here soon, probably. But anyway, hey, what's the big surprise? What's the big surprise?
I like how you just keep on like dropping cats out of the bag on my show. I'm completely okay with that.
Okay, sometimes I get excited, and it's not to push anybody out or nothing. It's because we work so hard to make this group, successful. And yes, I've made mistakes in my life, and I admit to that. But, that's why I like to say make the mistakes so that you can learn from them. Because you can't learn from your mistakes if you don't make them. And, like I said, I've seen some good and I've seen some bad, but we're here to stay, and we're the North Georgia Paranormal Group, and we're here for all your paranormal needs.
Which is absolutely awesome, because Georgia's just awesome like that. We hold it down in Georgia. You got the north and I got the middle, so we're good.
That's got south down there. There's some good people down there, so there's good people everywhere.
There's really great teams all over the state of Georgia. But
I hate a single team. I don't hate a single person or a team. I don't even like talking negative about anyone. And somebody said, well, I heard you said something. Well, apologies are accepted, Lord forgives. But, there is no, like I say, there is no bad guys. There's no good guys. We're all out here, like you said, to do is to work in the paranormal field.
And to help people and to work together towards a common goal of finding and understanding, that which is paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to go ahead and thank you for being on so much, JW. And I had one more quick question that's kind of like a Doug question, but I just want to kind of mention it. For anyone that's interested in going to this event, the one that Bill Bean's going to be at, do you have any recommendations for hotel accommodations or staying accommodation, things of that nature?
There's some great hotels if they want to stay in Dalton, Georgia, or Murray County. Eton's just a real small city type. They don't have a hotel that I recall of. They could stay at the Key West Inn in Chatsworth, Georgia, or I think there's one called the Super 8 now. It was once a Best Western, and I believe it closed down and formed into a Super 8. It's a really great, I've heard some great things about. Now, the Super 8, I'm still getting some information about, but the Key West was really good last I've heard. Dalton's got a Super 8. They've got Ramadas. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, they've got a lot of great hotels, and they can just go on the internet. I'd say the best way to do it is just to Google motels or hotels in Dalton or Chatsworth, Georgia, and they could stay there. And if they need any further assistance or anything, they can write me on the Facebook page, or they can go to our email. It's ngpg2001@yahoo.com. And I will do the best I can to get with everyone ASAP on some ideas and places. I don't usually stay in hotels in this area. If I do travel, I usually have family or close friends. So, I don't really get to stay in a hotel unless I'm in Savannah. And I usually stay down in the one of the Days Inns and stuff down there. But, of course, that's Savannah. That's not here. So I would recommend just to Google and type in the hotels, motels of this area. And I think they will be very pleased with what they see.
Totally cool. Well, I want to thank you again, JW, for being on this evening. You've been an amazing guest, and I truly do hope that you have the best success with your event and everything with Bill Bean. I'm sure it'll be an awesome time.
Right. I'm hoping there's going to start to interrupt you. I'm really hoping there'll be a lot of people come out. I'm advising for everybody, if you're coming up from Atlanta, don't feel bad. Come on up, see Brother Bill Bean. Help those kids, to get their Christmas. We're going to help with St. Jude's. That's going to be going in October. Check the raffle out. There's a ticket. And also, the biggest one of them all, I had to save it to last. I had to. When you buy that $5 ticket or the $3 ticket, ladies and gentlemen, you also get entered for free into going with us to our big place that we go to in June and July every year. You get to go with us free of charge. All you have to do is buy your meals, and you get gas free, rooming free, and all to a big event and to hunt with us, North Georgia Paranormal Group.
And that, on that note, is a great note to end it on. Once again, JW's site is below me. It's www.ngpg2001.weebly.com. Thank you so much, JW, for being on. I do want to mention to everyone, stay tuned for a brand new show with the wonderful Furry Getty and his new co-host. It will be called Lighten Up or Lose It, Spirituality for Survival. Next week, I will have on Bill Bean and Robin Marie, the very lovely Robin Marie, and we will be doing Bible banter. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. It's going to be an amazing, amazing show. You will not want to miss it next week. Once again, JW, thank you so much for coming on. I truly do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I want to thank everybody in the chat rooms. Thanks for all the questions. I want to thank all my team, and I want to thank even the people that's been there before me in the past. Thank you all, guys. Thank to the community. Thank you so much once again, and it's been a blessing and an honor. Come out, guys. Check us out at the Eton Haunted and Historic Ghost Tours. We love you all, and thank you.
And thank you again, JW, and I look forward to, working with you in the future, and I think you guys are going to have some great events up there and some interesting things going on, and I think you'll have a good time.
That was great. Thank you.
And thanks for dealing with me and my discombobulated brain tonight because I'm medicated, so we're good.
You're fine. You're perfect. I was nervous, so that's the best thing. Nervous, you get scared.
Absolutely. So everyone, have a great week. I will see you back here next week on Paranormal Minds, same time, same place, and I won't be sick. Up next is the wonderful Furry Yeti with his new show with his new co-host. Don't miss it, and you're going to want to stick around to see it. Take it easy, guys.
I think that the team should try to coexist, and if you got a big area, like if you're in Atlanta, if you've got an east side and a west side, there's enough room for everybody. And I'd like to say, like the tours, people say, well, who's the best tours in town? I always say, well, let the community decide. Yeah. Because they're your people, the community, the people, the clients. They're who will come first. My team and myself is about the 5-10% of this world. We're out here wanting to make sure that they have smiles on their faces. And to me, I agree with like how you said, the unity. But, before that, I think when we bring that up, and the way I look at it is to do the respect and no drama and try to work with someone, even if you have your disbeliefs and your beliefs with the other team, you still go out there and, you work well together, make new friends, and you try to finish the studies of the paranormal, which is unexplainable.
Yeah, and every hoo-ha that goes out and buys a digital recorder, there are places out there that you can pay to go into if you are just a paranormal enthusiast, but that doesn't make you an investigator, and it doesn't make you have a paranormal team, it doesn't give you an open invitation to go into somebody's home either and claim you can help them. I'm really big on that. So my next question for you, JW, is how do you go about finding your members? Do you have new members that you've recently added? Do they kind of come to you?
A lot of times they do through our Facebook page or through our website. A lot of times we have met them. Some of them we've had some in the past that used to be clients, which was really funny, and they said,
can you kind of tell me just about you first and how long you've been active in the paranormal field?
Well, I have been active 13 years, and I started off, and I've been taking some courses through the paranormal societies and stuff like that, and I created this group in 2001, but what got me involved in it was when I was 12, 13 years of age, when I first seen my first apparition in Glade Springs, Virginia, and that's around the Abden, Bristol, Virginia, Bristol, Tennessee area, and it really caught me out long. I really fully know it. This stuff does exist. And still being a partial skeptic and a partial believer, I went on to study more. And then, like I said, when I went up through some schooling and some classes through parapsychology and psychology as well, I stood up and I kept running and I said, I got to keep going. I got to help the community. This area I'm living in needs a paranormal places, because a lot of times your churches don't help you, and a lot of times businesses and people think you're crazy, which, like I tell people, if you think you're crazy, then I'm a nut. Join the same boat. But that's what happened, and I joined with a gentleman named Brian Kane. Some people might be thinking, but this name is Bryan, and he was a great guy out of I think he lived in Catoosa, and then he lived in Gordon County, which is basically Calhoun and up that way. And we formed together to form the North Georgia Paranormal Group, NGPG, to be there for everyone's needs. And we've had some, ups and downs. We've had a lot of great people, and I'd like to give a shout out to my team who is going to be watching tonight. They are very supportive to me, and I'm very happy to have them aboard. And, of course, I've seen people come and go who's help. And, of course, Brian's now in Arkansas. He's a military guy with his wife and 2 kids. And I'm basically the original only member left, and we've got some great people that's been with me for at least a year, 2 years at tops.
And that's really, now what would you say sets your team apart from other groups within the paranormal field?
Wow, what sets us apart? I don't really have a great answer for that one. I believe in paranormal unity, and I believe there's sometimes you have teams and people that go out here and say there's somebody, and then they say they aren't. I tell people when they come to the tours and when they, our clients and things that we stay confidential with, I always tell them that there is no right or wrong way, but of course there is a wrong way, like the Ouija board, seances. Our team doesn't do graveyards. Now, does that mean that if somebody else's team does it, does that mean they're bad guys? No, they're not bad guys. I think that everybody has their own view, and I think that's what we're out here for, is to try to find out what's real and what's not. That's my main study in this. Is I wish that all the groups could come together, like a paranormal unity, as they call it. And I mean, I know we're not going to say, I know, like if you were saying, oh, I believe in orbs and I don't, you say that's a good question and really hard to answer. I don't see myself better than any team, and my team is not better than their teams. I think everybody's equal, but there's just some people out there that I feel that doesn't have the idea. They watch TV and they go out here and they run with the idea, and then they say, oh, wow, Grant and Jason can do it, or Zach Bagans can do it, we can do it. We'll go down to Walmart and buy us an EVP recorder. But more than likely, you've got to get your feet wet and train, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to open up doors for people.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I'm kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I'm biased on this paranormal unity term, because to me, true paranormal unity is never really going to exist because there's so much drama. But what, in my personal opinion, what there needs to be is paranormal respect. That, you have to learn to tolerate and have tolerance for other groups, even if you have different opinions and different ideas. I think, I don't think we're ever going to stand around in a circle and hold hands and sing Kumbaya, everybody. But I just think it needs to be about tolerance and respect.
Well, a lot of times you respect, like you're talking about the respect, a lot of people like to start dramas. You see people that will split away from each other, or somebody gets their feelings hurt. I mean, it's in everything from businesses to TV shows. You can see it everywhere you go. And a lot of times, a lot of people get upset at times, and we say things and we do things, but, a lot of times we don't respect. We look at it as a competition. Mm-hmm. And if we look at it like that, none of this drama and stuff will go on. Is what I tell my team. I'm not a matador. Take your bull elsewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm out there. If you make mistakes and you learn from them.
Hi everyone, and my camera's blurry. And if you know me well, every Tuesday I'm going to have some kind of tech issue. There we go. And welcome to Paranormal Minds. I'm your host, Shannon Ray, and tonight we are joined with J.W. McDonald of North Georgia Paranormal Group. North Georgia Paranormal Group was established in 2001. NGPG is a professional and experienced paranormal team that are there for all your possible paranormal needs. Their services are free of charge, and all cases are kept confidential. They work with everyone and with the community to make homes and businesses safe. They serve all of North Georgia and will travel if needed when time permits. They are here for your paranormal needs and will try to help you with any questions or anything you are dealing with. Tonight I will be talking with JW about his group, as well as the Eatonton Haunted Historic Tours. And with that, and without further ado, I want to welcome JW McDonald. How are you doing, JW?
Doing great. Doing great. Thank you for letting me be on the show today.
Absolutely. I'm just really glad I can be here. That's what matters, is me being here at the moment.
Well, welcome here, and heard you've been a little ill, so hope you get better.
Yeah, I'm really trying to work on that. This walking pneumonia thing, it's just not fun.
No, I had something like that before, and I remember that, so I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, we'll divert from the sick questions. and go
That's a good
ahead,
idea.
and go ahead and start talking. I want to talk to you first about your team NGPG.